So this is exciting. We're out now for the maiden flight of the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Let's get the bird into the air. And I'm also recording the screen. And I'm also recording the view the drone is getting, as well as the pilot view. Let's get it up. Okay, so the vision sensor is on. You can see this. Get it up a bit higher. Put it on cine mode now, so we get a better view of what's going on here. And then let's film a little bit of this building side. Bring it forward. Flies very different to the Mini 2, I got to say. Very gentle and slow moves, actually. Let's go a little bit over the building side. Take it slowly. We get a nice view here. What's going on? The new playground being built. Okay. Now we also get a view of what's known as the Millennium Center. We go a little bit further, and now we can go up and get a nice shot. Go up manually. And gives us a pretty good idea what this looks like. Still filming. Connection is very good. Looks great on the screen, actually. And we get a nice view. Now let's bring it back forward a bit. Keep it at the same height. Bring it a little bit over. Okay, here it is. We can turn this down so we get a nice view of the building work. It's absolutely quiet. I think at that height I would be able to hear the Mini 2 in the air. I cannot hear the Mini 3. So that really makes a difference. It's really noticeable. Okay, it's a little bit windy. Absolutely stable. It's got some very nice flying characteristics. Let's get the camera up a bit, so we get a view of the nature reserve. Gimbal looks stable. So we've got 89% camera left now. Bearing in mind we did a firmware update this morning as well, and that took quite some time. Let's say altogether downloading everything and then updating the drone as well as the databases, everything else. Took quite a bit of time, but we got there in the end. It's also noticeable the drone when it's indoors and we're doing things, for instance software update and so on, it actually gets quite warm after a while. Still turning, so let's turn the picture down a little bit. And we're still hanging in the air. Let's do a few pictures as well. Okay, so we've seen this changes slightly now. Let's get it back a bit. More pictures. I'll move a little bit because someone is on a phone and someone is having a picnic as well, so we get a little bit out of the way. Flying a little bit back. Turn the gimbal a bit up, get some nice views again. This is the building work. The council is just hovering. It looks very, very stable up there. What I'm going to do now is, I think, bring it down and I bring it back. Actually, going to normal mode now. You can see the difference. So, very much more responsive. That's it. And you also can see, you can't see now, but I can see the angles when it's flying. Even in normal mode is very different. And now we can hear it. The avoidance is on. Let's get it down. See. That's it. All good, it's landed. Let's stop the screen recording. And let's stop the recording as well on the Insta. And I'll see you in the Slack. Okay, so I'm back at one at my favorite flying locations, which is called the Slack, Local Nature Reserve, Bird Sanctuary. I'm going to press record on the drone, get it up in the air. You can see it hopefully going up. There we go. I'll bring it a bit up, turn it around. And off we go. And let's do a visual check for the height. That's it. Now let's get it over. At 21 meters at the moment. So at this point, unfortunately, the Insta2Go stopped recording. I don't know if it overheated in my pocket or if I just pressed the button by mistake. Never mind, I'm going to share my thoughts briefly with you now. First of all, I love the stability of this drone in the air. It flies very different in my view than the Mini 2, and you certainly can see the differences in the flight modes. I haven't tested the sports mode yet, only normal and cine mode, but you really can tell the differences when you switch between those modes in terms of the behavior, the yawing, and everything else. I think you can see the footage here is really good, and I think what I might be doing in one of the follow-on videos is a compare and contrast between very similar footage I took last week with the Mini 2 in the same area and today with the Mini 3 Pro. I haven't done a range test for the simple reason I'm still getting used to this new drone, so the maximum distance I set was 300 meters. Which is plenty, to be honest, and obviously still way within the UK's visual line of sight requirements. Having said that, I've seen a couple of YouTube reviews now. I think Drone Tech Media was one of them, DC Rainmaker was another one. Gavin HDR in particular, he was comparing the Ultra Nano Plus, the Mini 2 and the Mini 3 in an urban environment. Suggested that the Mini 3 is not performing well, and I've seen a few more reports of others on Facebook already who've been flying it and found the same. So the range, it's an odd one because it's supposed to be OccuSync 3, better than OccuSync 2, but if you think about it, the underlying technology is ultimately just Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz, 5.8 gigahertz, and maybe we sort of reached a technical limitation of what is possible. So more flying is certainly to follow. At the moment I only have got one battery. I haven't got the Fly More combo yet, and that means I'm somewhat limited in what I actually can do before I have to go back home and charge the thing back up. Also, it's worthwhile noting that you do really need a 30 watt or so charger, because otherwise it takes quite long to get the battery fully recharged, and I assume once you've got 3 batteries it takes even longer. Is it worth the money? Yes, it's expensive. I think it's worth it. It really depends what you want to do with it. I mean, I do some geospatial mapping, for instance, or some using of AI algorithms. You need an open SDK for that, and the Mini 3 obviously hasn't got that, so I'll still be using the Mini 2 for this. But for videography, photography, creating creative content for YouTube, Facebook, and the other social media platforms. I think it's a fantastic tool. I really enjoyed taking it out into the field, and I look forward to spending more time with it and hopefully be able to share a few more experiences with you. This was really just a very quick one to give you an idea what the footage looks like and what the picture and video quality it comes out with. I hope you enjoyed that. I see you for one of the next YouTube videos. Obviously the actual filming stopped now, but you can still see my screen recording on here. That's going to go off in a minute. So see you for the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this very, very brief summary, bearing in mind limitations of battery and also time this afternoon, really, because you find editing big files like these ones often takes quite a bit of time. Thanks so much, and see you again. Cheers.